The Hollywood industry is just continuing to get exposed. We already understand everything that the dealer has done to his victims like Justin Bieber and Usher, but now we have another that is coming out the woodworks. Bow Wow. I used to watch this kid when I was very young. What was that? Like Mike, you feel what I'm saying? Making dunks, but unfortunately back then I didn't know everything that went on behind closed doors when you're being put in the mainstream media. And Bow Wow was exposed to a lot of things at a young age. And in this video, we end up finding out that he was actually forcefully handled from the behind at around like 15 or 16 years old due to this industry right here. Is wicked, to say the least. So without further ado, let's get straight into this. Title of the video is Bow Wow reveals how the industry broke him, and Jermaine Dupri and Diddy passed him around. Let's see what's going on.
He was about 12.
This is Jermaine Dupri right here.
He couldn't go with me when I go to the club, right? So, dude, them was outside the club, on the street, dancing for this nigga in a truck. This nigga has been scarred ever since. Exactly.
I felt like there's other people who could look up and look at my situation and how I handled it, and maybe that they can use what Bow Wow did and implement that into their real life, and maybe that they can gain the courage to finally get over that. Yeah, man, it was a rough little ride, man. As a kid, I told my mama, man, I never want to go back over there again. I never want to see that in my life. I'm cool.
What's happening, Puff? I'll be back to you if JD ain't had enough.
JD, Jermaine Dupri.
Jermaine Dupri, king of the pen. You asked me, baby.
So I think it's high time we talk about how Jermaine Dupri has been consistently accused of being a PDF file, and yet no one seems to take those accusations seriously. A video recently resurfaced online showing Jermaine talking about how he allowed adult dancers around young Bow Wow, and apparently, Jermaine thinks the whole situation is hilarious. However, Bow Wow is reportedly only now coming to terms with what he experienced.
And it's crazy how he admitted the fact that, yeah, he's probably scarred, and then he laughed after it. And then we also have Cat Williams calling this JR dude a PDF file. Come on.
In the industry as a young star. There were even rumors back in the day that he was raped by one of his security guards while being mentored by Jermaine. And then recently, some whispers started circulating that Jermaine may have passed Bobo to other industry deviants like Diddy.
You know what you did with Bow Wow? Why you gonna that little? You know he was only 15, 16 when he came up in this. Why you gonna do that to the man?
Now, if you remember, Cat Williams called out both Diddy and Jermaine years before all these allegations made the news, and he even called Jermaine the king of the PDF files. On top of that, Jermaine recently came out in defense of Diddy and said he doesn't believe all those disturbing allegations about him.
Some people are saying if the federal government is doing the raid, they must have something on him. You think he did it? You think he did anything illegal?
I don't buy it. I don't think so.
So what exactly did Bow Wow reveal about his trauma from becoming part of the industry at a young age? Did Jermaine Dupri really do the unthinkable to him? Let's find out.
I wanted to share that moment with everybody else around the world so they could see another side of me, they could see a more mature side of me, and hopefully other young guys in my shoes.
The early days, Shad Gregory Moss, who you probably know as Bow Wow, or if you go way back, Lil Bow Wow, was only 3 years old when he started rapping for fun, and his big break came in 1993 when he caught the attention of none other than Snoop Dogg himself. Bow Wow ended up featuring on Snoop's iconic Doggy Style album with the track G's and Hustlers, and he even scored an invite to perform on the Arsenio Hall show at just 6 years old.
Tell him your name.
Bow Wow.
This is Bow Wow. Y'all hear that? Can y'all hear it? Yes. He's the future. He's a rapper, too. He gonna drop, and y'all go out and grab his stuff soon. We're gonna do this intro, okay?
He was mad young in the industry.
Cool.
They never put me in that stupid color shit. They say they have a number of a booty do that. They say it's crazy.
Everything was on the up and up for Bow Wow under Snoop Dogg's wing. But let's fast forward to 1998. That's when young Bow Wow met the big-time producer, Jermaine Dupri. This encounter turned out to be a game changer for Bow Wow's career. Jermaine was instrumental in shaping Bow Wow's path to stardom, helping him carve out his own niche in the industry. But there's a darker side to this story, and rumor has it that this meeting with Jermaine also exposed Bow Wow to the sinister underbelly of the music industry, where young artists are preyed upon and victimized. So did Bow Wow experience some of these horrific things firsthand? Disturbing allegations. So a video has recently come back into the spotlight showing a former security guard from the infamous Tunnel nightclub in NYC spilling some seriously disturbing tea about Bow Wow's early days in the music industry and claiming Bow Wow was very young when he was allegedly victimized by an older woman.
And that big Puerto Rican chick from Newark, New Jersey, by Broad Street in the projects. You know who I'm talking about. You know what you did with Bow Wow. Why you gonna that little? You know he was only 15, 16 when he came up in the. How you gonna do that to the man? And now he on BET about to marry a chick. You did him dirty.
So if this happened when the bouncer claims, it means Bow Wow was already being mentored by Jermaine Dupri at the time. Jermaine actually took on the role of a father figure for Bow Wow, who was raised by a single mother and had a very troubled relationship with his biological father, who suffered from alcoholism. And then on top of this, there were also rumors back in the 90s that Bow Wow was also taken advantage of by a male bodyguard, allegedly in Jermaine Dupri's limo. Now, when Bow Wow appeared on Vlad TV in 2018, they asked him about this rumor, and he denied it, calling it bogus, and claiming he had no idea where it came from.
The one rumor that's always kind of lingered around that I don't think that you've ever addressed, and I just want to ask you flat out, there's been the crazy rumor that you got security guard.
That's crazy.
You've heard that before.
Yeah, that was like the first rumor that like ever had came out. I'll never forget that. Paris, France. I was in Paris coming back to the States. And I was going through the airport. I believe I was going to Philly. And I had to call into the radio station to just clear that shit. It never really, it never was really nothing crazy. Like, cause like I said, like, people gonna talk, people gonna make up stuff, people gonna say things. That's just a part of the game. You know what I mean? People have said the most craziest about people, all the time. You know what I mean? But, yeah, I don't even know where that started from. I don't even know where that bogus even came from. So, but nah, I don't even really, I never really had to, that might be like my fourth time ever really having to like answer that question before. Yeah, nobody asked me that.
Right. Because what, this was pre-internet? This was like early in your career?
Yeah. That was like the first rumor that ever like started on me as me being famous. I'm like, oh, okay. Like, all right.
Okay, that's a hell of a rumor, man.
Yeah.
A wild rumor. First rumor when you become famous?
However, fans were quick to point out that Bow Wow's body language revealed way more than his words. One fan commented, "The way he dropped his head, closed his eyes, and the fact that he couldn't even focus on the next question, there is no doubt in my mind that Bow Wow was right then and there. I saw the inner child that was in desperate need of a hug." And then some people even speculated that the phone call Bow Wow received as soon as the question was asked could have been a warning to keep quiet on the alleged incident. Someone said, "That phone rang like better deny it and fish for a story." Meanwhile, there's also been a lot of speculation that Bow Wow's former fiancée Erica Mena alluded to Bow Wow being a victim after she broke up with him back in 2015. Erica alleged that Bow Wow mistreated her during their relationship, and she insinuated that he has a lot of anger issues and pent-up frustration from some past trauma. He has a lot of demons he needs to deal with, Erica said. He needs to talk to someone. Other Bow Wow exes have also alleged that he mistreated them, including Kiyomi Leslie, who claimed he was putting his hands on her. Now the fact that Bow Wow might have been a victim of something horrific as a young man in the industry doesn't excuse his behavior toward women. However, it could explain why he acts the way he does, because we've seen this happen over and over again with industry men. In fact, rumor has it that Diddy himself was a victim of his mentors before turning into a perpetrator and taking out his anger on women.
Now, is this just boys, girls, adults, kids?
I mean, from what I've heard, from sources that I would consider reliable, it really doesn't matter.
Wow.
I don't think sexuality is something that has anything to do with gender at this point for Sean. I honestly think he's just an extreme narcissist who loves power. He loves the ability to manipulate and control people. Why? Most likely because he was victimized by his mentor, who loved to control people.
And his mentor was
Andre Well.
Tell us how
who was mentored by Clyde Davis.
But we're just scratching the surface here because many fans are now saying that the alleged incidents involving young Bow Wow at the tunnel and with his bodyguard weren't random, and they're speculating that Jermaine might have victimized Bow Wow first, before setting him up to be taken advantage of by others. It wasn't security. It was JD, one fan said. Why you think it was mainly kids on his label? But is there any truth to these allegations? Is Jermaine really yet another industry deviant who needs to be brought to justice? Jermaine exposed rumors about Jermaine doing some sick stuff to his young mentees in the industry have been popping up online for literally decades. Some of these rumors were centered on the former hip-hop duo Kris Kross, who were mentored by Jermaine since they were around 12 years old. And then one half of Kris Kross, Chris McDaddy Kelly, died of a suspected OD in 2013. Rumors started flying that his substance issues were triggered by the trauma he went through as a young star. The day after news broke that Chris Kelly died, Jermaine shared a letter to fans and said Chris was like a son that he never had. To the world, Chris Kelly was Mac Daddy, but to me, he was the son I never had, Jermaine said. When I think about it, I spent more time with Chris and Chris than damn near anybody in my whole life, so you can imagine how bad this hurts. However, when Jermaine appeared on Vlad TV in 2018, fans thought his reaction to Vlad's question about Chris's death was bizarre, to say the least. Despite claiming Chris was like a son to him, Jermaine didn't even know exactly how old Chris was when he died, and he also got visibly nervous when asked if he kept in touch with Chris.
And then one of the members passes.
No,
not right after, but years later.
Yeah, years later.
He passes at a relatively young age. Was it 30-something?
Yeah, I think so.
Did you see that coming at all? Were you guys still in contact?
No, I didn't. I mean, I didn't see that coming. We was in. I mean, we had just did the 20th anniversary, so it was like, we had just started, having much more dialogue about them going on tour and doing other things after the 20th anniversary.
Now the rumors about Jermaine allegedly doing something sick and foul to Kris Kross members continued to circulate for years after Chris Kelly's death. And then finally, Jermaine decided to break the silence, and he clapped back at a fan who made a comment about these allegations on Instagram and claimed that Kris Kross even filed a lawsuit against Jermaine back in the day. The fan wrote in a since-deleted comment, "Yeah, 17 years ago, you were Kris Kross, even had a lawsuit which they won, but it was kept from the public." However, Jermaine immediately fired back, saying, "You must be out of your effing mind. I should sue you for writing this disrespectful ish on my page. F out of here." However, those whispers about Jermaine allegedly being a PDF file never really went away. Adding fuel to the fire, this video recently resurfaced, showing none other than Cat Williams freestyling and throwing jabs.
Hey, bro, at this point, if Cat Williams is saying it, I'm taking it. Because he went on in the beginning of 2024 and started exposing Diddy and everything else before the raids even started happening. He said, if you want to party with Diddy, you gotta say no. You gotta say no. You have to say no. Now he's over here calling JR a PDF file.
Steve Harvey and Jermaine. And get this, he referred to Jermaine as the king of the PDF files.
What's happening, Puff? I'll be back to you if JD ain't had enough. Yeah. Jermaine Dupri, king of the files, if you ask me, baby.
However, when this video of Cat first surfaced back in 2011, most people brushed it off as just Cat being Cat. They figured he was high on something when he made those wild accusations, so no one really took him seriously. But then the plot thickened. Bow Wow and Jermaine had a very public falling out, and in 2018, Bow Wow added more fuel to those disturbing rumors when he tweeted, "Yo, Jermaine Dupri, if you don't answer my call, I'm going to tell the world that you and blank space." This cryptic message set the gossip mill spinning, leaving everyone wondering what Bow Wow was alluding to. But just when you thought it couldn't get any sketchier, this video recently started making the rounds showing Jermaine talking about how he took Bow Wow to exotic clubs back in the day and allowed adult dancers to get close to him. Jermaine even joked about how Bow Wow has been permanently scarred by this experience. But in light of all these rumors and allegations about Jermaine, there's literally nothing to laugh about in this story.
He was about 11, 12. He couldn't go with me when I go to the club, right? So I leave out here at the studio. Yo. And I tell him, you know what I mean, Bow, you gotta stay here, don't do nothing, don't fuck up the studio, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Play some video games, stay here. Nigga made a whole fuss about him staying and how he ain't want to go and he just wanted to goddamn sit in the truck. I just sit outside while y'all in there. Nigga was going crazy, right? So I said, fuck it, we gonna take this nigga to the strip club. You gonna sit your ass in the truck while I go inside the strip club. Now I'm going to the strip hours. Nigga gonna sit, he wanna sit in the truck for hours. So I must have went to the bathroom while I'm in the strip club, and I had a girl dance with me, and it was a whole bunch of dancers. When I came out from the bathroom, they was all gone, right? Now, mind you, this was right when Bounce With Me had really just got going. So he had a little, you know, he was who he is. Dude, them strippers was outside the club, on the street, dancing for this nigga in a truck.
That's wild.
Nigga was sitting in the truck. What they were doing, Jenny? And he wasn't throwing no money. He wasn't throwing no money. And them girls was outside dancing around my truck for the nigga in the car. Yeah, that's funny. And that nigga has been, and that nigga has been scarred ever since. Exactly. What? Yeah. Exactly.
Bro, to acknowledge that at the end and continue laughing is wild. This is why I've even learned that having a mentor, it's cool to have a mentor that makes a lot of money, because at the end of the day, everyone wants to be financially free. But gauging the righteousness of your mentor is also very important, because at the end of the day, you're going to be following their habits in what they do while they make their money. And now if those habits that they do are leading you down a bad path, you kind of have to just either separate the lifestyle and the money part, or just not have him as a mentor, because a mentor is supposed to guide you. So that's why so many times in the industry they have these wicked mentors, and they end up doing the same exact thing that scarred them to other people.
Do it.
Yes, you do. It was the girls. You was like, yo, Jenny, listen, you gotta look. Yes, you do, man. Like,
man, what's up, my G?
Because, look, you got to think from, like, a younger dude perspective. It's like growing up in the hood and you got that, the homie, the big homie pulling up around
that nigga, look what Baller wrote.
I can't.
Sugar and white chocolate. Yeah.
Now, the fact that Jermaine even decided to share this story is creepy enough. And then for him to laugh about bringing Bow Wow to a freaking club with adult dancers at such a young age is sick and disgusting. Also, we all know what the reactions would be like if this was a young female singer that Jermaine was mentoring. So why is it any different just because Bow Wow was a boy? And Jermaine clearly allowed it to happen, because why even mention your adult activities to your young mentee when you know he's going to be intrigued and asked about it? And then you leave him in the car alone for hours? Something is seriously wrong with Jermaine if he thinks this story is funny. What's also disgusting is how so many parents were just turning their kids over to these industry men, letting them move out of state and be among total strangers. From Bow Wow to Usher and Justin Bieber, we keep hearing these same stories about aspiring young male singers being sent to live under the same roof with their mentos, without parental supervision and in an environment that's clearly not suitable for someone that young. Now, as for Bow Wow and Jermaine, it seems like Bow Wow still holds a lot of resentment, and you can see it in the way he reacts every time people bring up Jermaine. Back in 2022, fans on Twitter asked Bow Wow what song in his career he's most proud of, and he responded, "I'm a Flirt," because it was without JD, and it went #1 without JD, and I wrote it without JD. My whole career I had to overprove to folks I'm not to be played with. It was like Kobe winning without Shaq. Even JD told me, if you think you can do it without me, then do it. Welp, I did. And then when another fan mentioned that Bow Wow and JD created some bangers and had great chemistry in the studio, Bow Wow clapped back, claiming he never had any chemistry with JD. He said, "Me and Jay have no work chemistry. I ain't worked with that boy in years. He do him, and I do me." Now, Bow Wow's response definitely raised a lot of eyebrows because he was getting too defensive, and it seemed like there was some deeper issue going on, besides just a lack of work chemistry. Also, Bow Wow recently spilled more tea about his rocky relationship with Jermaine during his appearance on Math Hoffa's My Expert Opinion, and he hinted that their falling out happened after JD and his So-So Def label signed a contract with Clive Davis's Arista, ending their decade-long partnership with Columbia Records. Bow Wow revealed that he thought Jermaine would bring him along for the ride. However, it turned out he was actually tied to Columbia because JD never officially signed him to So-So Def.
So when he left, I'm like, oh. Now I got older, I'm like, I get it. He couldn't take me contractually. I never was signed to this man. That's when I found out I never was signed to So-So Def. If I was going to Arista. But I belonged to Tommy Mottola and Donnie Ienner. They wouldn't let that happen.
Now, speaking of Arista and Clive Davis, there's another connection we need to make here, and you already know I'm talking about Diddy. See, Jermaine has been acting super strange ever since the feds started investigating Diddy. But instead of laying low and staying silent like most of Diddy's industry friends, Jermaine actually came out swinging in Diddy's defense, claiming all the allegations were bogus. So this has everyone wondering, does Diddy have some dirt on Jermaine? Why else would Jermaine stick his neck out like this? The Diddy connection. So now that gossip is swirling once again about Jermaine allegedly doing something foul to Bow Wow, fans are drawing comparisons to that whole situation involving Usher at Puffy's Flavor Camp, adding fuel to the fire. Fans are pointing out that Jermaine remained suspiciously silent on all the explosive allegations Cassie made against Diddy in her lawsuit. And let's not forget when Homeland Security raided Diddy's homes back in March. Jermaine was quick to show his support for Diddy during that scandal. Fast forward to May 2023, and Jermaine was all smiles announcing that he and Diddy had set a date for their highly anticipated versus battle. The showdown was slated for September, but drama struck again. Word got around that Cassie was gearing up to file her bombshell lawsuit in November 2023, and Diddy abruptly pulled the plug on the verses with Jermaine. Now, as for Jermaine's reaction to Diddy's legal troubles, he initially kept a low profile and refused to comment. But then, when Diddy's homes were raided back in March, and word got out that the feds confiscated a bunch of freak-off tapes with Diddy's celebrity friends, Jermaine was pressed for a comment, and he got very defensive, trying to shift the narrative by bringing up Donald Trump, implying that Diddy was being unfairly targeted.
I also want to ask you about everything happening to Diddy. And so were you surprised when you heard about the raid?
Yeah, I was surprised about the raid. I mean, I think that it's a foolish act that nothing happened, so it's like, why? I don't even understand our emotions. You know?
Yeah, I mean, he's been sued a lot, but we don't know exactly what's going on.
Donald Trump gets sued every day. You know what I mean? So I just don't know. I don't know why they're making it so serious. Like it seems like, you know, like I said, celebrities and people of power and money, they get sued all the time. It's not something that it's not the first time that this has ever happened.
Some people are saying if the federal government is doing the raid, they must have something on him. You think he did? You think he did anything illegal?
I don't buy it. I don't think so.
So after hearing all that, you just can't help but wonder if Diddy has some serious dirt on Jermaine Dupri. I mean, Jermaine could have easily stayed silent.
That's a rough statement to make when we literally have a video of this dude Diddy on security camera footage striking Cassie
on the Diddy allegations and refused to comment. Instead, he comes out and boldly claims he doesn't believe Diddy did anything wrong, even after Homeland Security swooped in and raided multiple properties. This is making Jermaine look seriously shady. Why is he so quick to defend Diddy, even when the evidence seems stacked against him? It's almost like he's trying too hard to cover something up. Well, some fans are now saying Bow Wow's recent Instagram posts may hide a clue to all these questions. And they're saying Bow Wow needs help because it's clear he's still dealing with some real trauma from his early days in the industry. A cry for help. So Bow Wow recently took to Instagram to reflect on how he missed out on normal life experiences after becoming famous at a young age. And he also hinted that the life of fame is much darker and lonelier than people can imagine. He wrote, "Just woke up. thinking to myself like, man, damn, I've never been to prom or college. I want to pledge so bad I wish I was a part of a fraternity. Y'all think I'm lucky because of my lifestyle, but I really want what y'all have. Now some fans were quick to crack jokes, clowning Bow Wow for saying he wants to be a part of a fraternity. However, others are saying they have sympathy for Bow Wow because he's showing all the signs of someone who was victimized by the industry. One fan commented, "The rumors have been around since the mid-90s. Jermaine Dupri..."
Not only is he showing signs of being a victim, but he's showing signs of being authentic. How many times do you ever hear a celebrity saying, like, yo, I want what y'all have? That's because he was genuinely thinking to himself, like, damn, I never did any of that stuff. Bro, being in the industry since 6 is wild.
Was in on it. That entire clan was nothing but sick PDF files. Bow Wow had some horrific ish done to him. There was even a tale that started circulating of him being on the receiving end, released to the public because he got out of line. Not only him, but Brandy, Monica, and the rest of these shorties signed and affiliated with So So Def. Belle Biv DeVoe. All three are guilty of mistreating those girls as well. Time for all of these demons to face justice. Now that Puffy's situation has finally been addressed after 30 plus years, perhaps the rest of these dominoes can fall as well. But what's your take on all these rumors about Jermaine Dupri allegedly being as bad or worse than Diddy? And do you think he really did something foul to Bow Wow? Comment down below and don't miss...
Man, definitely, bro. Comment down below what y'all think about this right here, bro. Like I said, the main 2 comments I have to make on this is definitely be careful who your mentor is. Don't just gauge their accolades or their accomplishments, but also gauge their morals and their righteousness. And then Bow Wow, yeah, it's unfortunate, bro. He most likely had a lot of traumatizing things done to him because when you're in the industry, they want to take advantage of you. They want to make all the money that they can out of you. They want to get all the pleasure that they can out of you. And it is what it is, bro. It's a sad world we live in. Hope you guys did enjoy this video. Smash the like button, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Let me catch you guys in the next one. Peace.